Can you hear me now?
There should be fixed. All right, let's go to the 4 hour time frame. Okay, I mean we have this really good 4 hour supply zone here. It is far away from price, so I probably won't be taking a trade off of it, but it's helpful. This looks like a zone as well. Oh, but it got ran through. Okay, this is also really good for our zone, which the market already bounced off from. But I think if the shorts continue, I think it'd be a really good target for shorts. Down to the 3 hour time frame. We have this 3 hour supply zone up here. Another good zone. Another good zone here. I mean, honestly, these zones aren't that helpful because they're far away from price. Hopefully, we find something that is close. I'm pretty sure we do. I was peeking at the charts earlier. Also, today's CPI candle, honestly, like, it was not a good full port candle. Usually, CPI goes crazy. Like, I bet a couple people were trying to pass some evals with CPI today, but it wasn't really that strong of a CPI candle. Okay, good 2 hour demand zone here. Kind of. This is also a good zone. Okay. Okay, I need to stop. Okay, there we go. I keep doing it the longer way. All right, on the 1 hour time frame, this is a 1 hour supply zone up here. I really like this area up here. I think it'd be a good magnet type thing for longs. Like, let's just say I took longs. I think that would be what I would target. Okay. What are you trading? I'm trading NASDAQ and US 30 maybe. But I would say I mostly trade NASDAQ. Okay, this looks like a good 1 hour zone, but I do want to see how price was around this area. Okay, yeah, never mind. I don't like the price action there, so I'm not gonna mark the zone. Let's look at the 90-minute time frame. Again, this area here is good area of supply. I'm also gonna mark this 90-minute zone here, which the market bounced off from on Wednesday, and then we broke past it yesterday. So I think if the longs do come in, I think this could be a good area for it to kind of retest. Retest. Damn, this also looks like a 90-minute zone here. I don't really like it because it's like two stacked zones. I don't like drawing that, but I'm gonna draw it out. let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna erase the 1 hour and just focus on the 90 minute. It looks cleaner. Okay. Another good thing I would say is that we're kind of at the bottom of this huge range that we've been in for, I'm pretty sure a couple months. Yes, yeah, 107 days, which is crazy, this huge range. So we'll see if we actually, you know, go somewhere. Maybe we'll actually break out of this huge range here eventually. Or we could just sweep these lows and then come right back up into the range. That could happen as well. Okay, on the 45-minute time frame, I don't really see much. Okay, on this 30-minute time frame, I do see this 30-minute zone. Yeah. Another good zone as well was this 30-minute supply zone here, but it looks like the news did run through it. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, on the 1 minute time frame, it's really choppy in this area. We haven't really had a strong candle close though above this 50% line, so we'll see. I don't think I will take a trade off of this area just because the price action on it has been not the best. Okay, 15-minute time frame. On the 15-minute time frame, it looks like this zone here is really good. We've tapped into it a couple times and we have rejected it. So I do like that. Seeing that would really make me trust this zone to take a trade off from. The only thing with this zone is that, let's just say I took longs, the buying would need to be really strong in order for us to break past this 50% or the 900s. Yeah, because I know if I'm in long, then I would want to see at least, yeah, at least this move here. I would hope for it. Okay. I would say this also looks like a 15-minute demand zone. Could also take a trade from that. I'm not sure if I will. It honestly depends. But maybe I would. The only way I would take a short though, I need to see like that clean break and retest. And then if I do go short, yeah, I would just target this 50% area. Obviously, like I would want us to break past it, but we'll see. I think if we do break below 540, I think there's going to be a lot of downside potential for it. Which reminds me, I should also check this area here. Oh, wow. This looks like a really good 5-minute demand zone. I could also target that if I am in a short. It looks like a really strong zone. Same thing down here. Okay. Another trade I could take is shorts from this area here, which the shorts already popped in over here and over here from this area. So if I see us tapping into this area and then maybe something like that happens, then I would take the short. But if I do take that short, honestly, that would be me expecting a choppy market. Since CPI came out today, I'm hoping the market isn't like, really choppy. Like, I feel like the past days have been good. They've been alright. I think they've given like really good opportunities, but I just haven't been like catching the moves. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna be patient today. I know a couple mistakes that I've done this week, so I'm gonna try not to repeat the mistakes. Anyways, that was NASDAQ. I think the zones on NASDAQ look really good. Let's see US 30. Let me zoom out. Okay. Alright, on the daily time frame, again, we have this daily demand zone, which I've been saying I think is going to be a really good target for the shorts eventually. Also on the daily time frame, I mean, we've been in this range as well. It kind of looks like this area here was resistance. We broke past it and we might be retesting it again. I could see US 30 bouncing from here. But I could also see it going down, going back down into the range. So we'll see. On the 4-hour time frame, I know we have a couple zones. We have this 4-hour demand zone, which is clean. I think if I take the shorts today, it would be a really good area to target down here. Another good 4-hour zone right here. I'm gonna mark out all-time highs as well. I know we're pretty far away from it, but honestly, you never know. I mean, we could teleport up there. You mean sweep of sell side? Honestly, like, I'm not really sure what that means. So, have a great trade, baby. Thank you. Have a good shift. That high you pointed out is the midpoint of the multi-week range we've been stuck in. That would be great to hit one day. Yeah, it's crazy. We've been in the same area for a while. I mean, but good moves have been happening. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, when you break out of a huge area that you've been stuck in, I think the price action gets a bit more cleaner. Because there's actually direction on the bigger time frame. I don't see anything on the 2-hour time frame, so let's go down. Okay, this looks like a good 1-hour zone. Not that good, but it's close to price. What concepts do I use? I mean, I really just use supply and demand. That's really it. Supply and demand and breakouts, basically. Okay, this looks like a good 90-minute supply zone, but it looks like the market chopped on it. Yeah, it looks similar to NASDAQ. I'm going to leave the zone for now because we haven't really seen a 5-minute candle close above the zone. But I will look for another one in that same area. $45-minute. Wait, that's a 45-minute zone. Okay, I like this 45-minute demand zone. If it gets below 379, I think it would be a good short. Let's see if I do go short. I know I would try to target at least for a 1 to 3, at least a 1 to 2. But since I've been losing a lot this week, I'm gonna try to like have a decent winning day. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I'm really looking for at least like $600 per account. So we'll see. This is a good 30-minute zone, which I think could be a good target for the shorts if I do take that. Yeah. Again, I don't see too much on the 15-minute time frame. I mean, like, maybe this could be a supply zone. Let's see. 15-minute. Okay, yeah. I rather mark out the 15-minute than this 90-minute zone. The reactions off of it is way better, especially on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, I think that's it for the zones. So I like how US 30 looks, but I do think NASDAQ looks a bit more cleaner. Don't know which one I'm going to trade today. I think it's going to depend on which market touches up on the zone quicker. Because, yeah, both NASDAQ and US 30 are kind of in the middle of nowhere right now. So it really just depends on the opening. Alani Trades, are you live somewhere else? Yeah. I have 2 live streams on YouTube. I have a vertical one and then like a regular one where you can see the whole screen. Yeah, so I read both chats. Do you risk more than 1%? Uh Honestly, I don't look at prop firms like percentage wise. You must trade forex if you're saying like 1%. I think a lot of forex people say that. But I think on the future side of it, you'll hear more of like a dollar number amount. You know, like how much you risk on a 50K account. 250 per trade. You don't really hear like percentage in futures prop firms. But with forex, you do. I don't know why. Not sure why. But let's see. What is 1% of 50K? I think it's 500. So I risk. Yeah, 500. So I risk half of 1% per trade. So 0.5. Now that I say that, it sounds really, really tiny, but I mean, it gets you paid. Risking small just allows you to, like, I feel like it allows you to trade better. But that's not everyone. Some people are going to say the opposite thing. It just depends on the trader. Love from India. What's up? What do you mainly trade? NASDAQ. Am I a veteran? No. No, my parents are. Yeah, my parents did 25 years. I'm pretty sure. I think this is my mom's shirt, or it's my brother's. I'm not sure. Yeah, every time I wear this shirt, someone asks me that, and I'm like, no. I just like the shirt. Now that I think about it, I haven't risked more than 1% on these accounts on a single trade. That would be me risking about $500 on a trade on 50K accounts, which I would say is like an aggressive risk. I think I would risk that amount like an eValve. Bond fundeds, I definitely like to take it more slow. Alright, I'm not sure I have to chart too far away, but I will in case. Alright, well, we got 4 more minutes. Let's see where VWAP was. Okay, I mean, I don't know. It looks very choppy this pre-market session. And it also looks like we're gonna open right at VWAP. So I'm hoping, honestly, I'm hoping when the market opens up that it gets far away from VWAP. I think if it does that, then I think we'll see good price action. Let's see. We'll see if it's a Friday sell-off. We got 3 more minutes. Yo. Oh my god. You guys are funny. US 30 is YM. Yeah. Sorry, I say US 30 because I used to trade Forex, and like that's how they used to say it. Well, on the future is like YM. It is the same thing. A lot of people understand YM is also referred to as US 30. I mean, if you search up YM, the top 30 companies, US 30, NASDAQ 100 because it has 100 companies. Do you think Apex would pay a 10% payout, like 100K with 1 million in funding? I mean, I know they would pay out a bunch, like on the sixth payout. When the payout is uncapped, I know they've paid a lot. I think their biggest payout was 2.5 million, which is insane. But hey, it's possible. But what I do know is that if you do request a big payout like that, it's for sure gonna take a long time for you to receive that money. And like they'll freeze your accounts. Alright, 40 more seconds. US 30's pushing up. I think if US 30 gets above 585, it should come up to the 700s. We'll see if it actually pushes up though. Okay, here's the open. I'm hoping that NASDAQ gets away from VWAP because we're opening right at it. I would hate to see the market stay around this area. All right, well, I mean, NASDAQ tapped a 15-minute demand zone, and it looks like so far we are bouncing off from it. We'll see though, because it has to get past VWAP. Okay, nice. Nice push up. I mean, another thing that is possible for me, maybe I won't take a trade today. Obviously, I want to, but I've been losing a lot this week, so like I do want to play it smart. And I think playing it smart would be to be picky with the trade. I mean, something I've been noticing is like I've seen weird price action on the opening the past couple days. Yeah, I still decide to trade and like I get chopped up even though I know the opening's like not the best. But it's just like the opening has been weak and then like 15 minutes later it breaks out. So it's like maybe I just got to be extra patient. So yeah, this week the move down have been happening like what at 10:30, almost 11. Okay, this is good. It's breaking past VWAP. I'm going to look at US 30 since it's going to tap a 45-minute zone. Okay. Let's see how this candle closes. It's closing out very bearish, but it still hasn't closed below 380. It could also bounce from this area, but I mean, it kind of looks like it tried bouncing off of it and then it rejected VWAP. So the only way I would take longs is if we start breaking structure to the upside, which we haven't done yet. Okay, touched up on the 50% line. Alright, I'm gonna take a short here. Put my stop loss at 407. This is an early entry, but I do like the push down. Okay, not the best 1 minute candle close. I like where my stop loss is though. I think if I get hit stopped out, then the longs are gonna come in. So I do like where the stop loss is at. All right, I'm very close to getting stopped out. Let's see if this candle saves me here. I don't know. I think I'll get stopped out. I mean, it just looks like it's bouncing off the white line. Yeah, this candle here, I want to see it close below 373. Okay, that's a good close. I'm also hoping it's not like yesterday where US 30 was just moving sideways. That was bad. Alright, the dogs are going crazy. Definitely want to see it break the lows. Okay, nice. I like that. NASDAQ looks very similar to US 30. I mean, retested VWAP, rejected it. We'll see if NASDAQ actually goes lower though. It looks a little bit choppy so far. Oh my god. My bad. If you guys hear the dogs, my bad. Okay, this is TP2 here. I'm gonna break even. Oh, is it working? Alright, break even is not working. Okay. I'm gonna get out here. And I can't get out. Fuck! What is going on? Okay, I'm break even. Oh, and I'm out the trade. What the heck? Alright. I'm taking my money. I'm leaving. It's been a rough week. I'll take the win. I'll take the win. I think it could go lower, but like, fuck the markets this week. I don't like the markets. I don't like Tradeovate this week. Tradeovate's been going. I don't know what's wrong with Tradeovate. That was risky right there. Did anyone see that? I tried moving the order, didn't work. Tried getting out, didn't work. And then it worked. That was scary. Gosh. I also sold it off because it wasn't really breaking past this 50% here. But I do think it has a chance of going lower eventually because NASDAQ broke past this area here. Broke past 657, which is bearish. I think it could go lower, but I'm just going to take my 122 here. It's been a rough week, so it definitely feels good to like end it off on a good note. I mean, it's still a red week. Let's look at the stats. I'm still red on the week, but like it's definitely way better than what it was. Oh, let's look at the drawdown as well. Drawdown's looking good, looking way better. I had $1,000 left. Now I have around 1,800 to 1,500 left, which is good. I might get a second payout off of these accounts. Oh, that'll be crazy. Yeah, I'm still down 11K on the week. This is my first red week this year. Honestly though, I think it's a really good red week though. I think these 2 red days were managed not perfectly, of course, but they were managed pretty good. I mean, it's half of my usual winning day. So now this winning day covered 2 of my losing days, which is perfect. That's really what I like seeing. Damn, it did go lower. All right, well, now that it's past 233, damn, but it's a nasty wick. If the 5-minute closed below 232, which it closes in about 2 minutes, I think it could go down to 49,075. But if it closes out with this nasty wick, I do think it'll go at least back up to VWAP. NASDAQ tapped into the 90-minute demand zone. So far, it's rejecting it. It's bouncing off of it. So we'll see what happens there. I think the short was way cleaner on US 30. Even though it didn't play out like it usually plays out, it was still pretty good. Damn, that's a nasty move up. It's a nasty candle. What time is it? 9:43. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I think the markets were a bit weird this week. I think if you had a red week this week, like don't be too hard on yourself cuz it's definitely a hard market. I mean, compared to last month's price action, last month was perfect. there was good continuations, and then like this week you'll see a lot of nasty wicks like this. That is, yeah, that's nasty. So that's crazy. That was my first win in in basically a week. That was my first win. So obviously, like, it's not perfect, but I am proud of it. I'm proud of the risk management. I think now I have a really good chance of getting that next 40K payout, which would be crazy. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have a good weekend. Hey yo, that's crazy. Now I don't even want to laugh. Someone said, Lonnie, can you please give little laugh loud because I like the sound of your laugh. Now I'm gonna laugh quiet purposely. So weird. I'm gonna just laugh it off because it's just funny. Wow, look at the 15-minute candle. Perfect bounce off of this 90-minute demand zone. There's definitely really good volume today. It just looks like, maybe not. It looks really good so far. Yeah, the opening range is 217 points. Obviously, the price action is looking better now. I'm hoping it does continue. Wow, that's crazy. I'm very impressed with US 30's bounce. It's crazy too because I caught such a small move, and then that nasty move comes in. I caught what I needed. That's what matters. Another thing is like I wanted at least $600, which I did get. Obviously, I could have aimed for more, but if I did aim for more, then I would have needed to made more for the payout. Cause then like the 30% consistency rule, I would have needed to make more. That's why if you see me like closing it out at 600, it's because I'm worried about, not worried, but I want to make sure I'm doing the bare minimum in order to get the payout, which for me is like make $2,000 with 30% consistency in however many days it takes. But with a 30% consistency and I'm making 2,000, then the max day should be 600. That way I stay below the 30%. But also, like, part of me was thinking, like, maybe if you do catch a really nice trade, just make it a big day because you never know when your next losing streak is going to be. So, like, take advantage of the win. So, I also got that in my mind as well. But, yeah, I'm taking it slow. Taking it slow. I mean, I was definitely excited to trade today since I actually got the payout today in the bank, and like obviously it's a lot of emotions. Good emotions, not bad, but I was excited to trade because I got the payout. So it's like after you get a payout, you gotta humble yourself. You gotta chill out because it's like such a good feeling that you want to chase it again ASAP, and you can't chase that feeling so quickly. You have to chill out. That's why a lot of people, when they get their first payout, it takes them a while to get the second payout. I promise you guys, I've talked to many traders. I would say like 80% of the traders have had that issue. You get your first payout, and then after that, it takes you a while to like get back on the groove because when you get your first payout, it's the craziest feeling. So you want it again, and then you chase it. It's crazy though, cause like I got this $40,000 payout, and yes, I'm excited, but I'll never be as excited as I was when I got the first payout, which is crazy to say, but it's true. Like I got the payout this morning, and I was like, whoa, like I just it was like whoa, but the first time it was like, oh my gosh, like I'm Superman, like da da da. I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna be that. But now it's like, okay, let's just do it again. Let's just stay on track. It's really different. What are you gonna do with the 40 bands? I mean, pay taxes, right? I'm mostly gonna save most of it, but on this second 40K payout, I'm definitely gonna go to like Hawaii or something. Yeah. But like I'm not gonna go crazy for Valentine's Day or anything. And I told my girlfriend that, and she knows because we're trying to go to Hawaii. So it's like it's mostly gonna be a bunch of saving for the trip. And then after that, maybe get a house or something. But yeah. I definitely want to travel a lot. I've never been to Europe. I've never been to like the west coast of the US. Never been to that side. I've only been to like Texas and New Mexico, but I've never been on the west coast. So I do want to experience that. Also, like if I go to the west coast, like I'm gonna be trading. I'm gonna wake up at 6 in the morning. I'm gonna be trading. And then I think in Hawaii, I think it's like you gotta wake up at like 3 in the morning to trade New York session, which I would love to do. It would remind me of like when I used to work overnights. Maui is the best island. Okay, okay, yeah. Damn, planning out this Hawaii trip's gonna be uh sorry, I just read a funny comment. The Hawaii trip's gonna be a lot. I think there's a lot to plan out there. Get a Lambo. No, 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 no Lambo. At least not yet. That's like for the future. I think before I get a Lambo, like I'll get a G wagon, maybe like a Brabus. That's my dream car, G wagon, with nice interior. Do you want to be a millionaire? Like, of course. I've always wanted to be a millionaire. Always. It's crazy too, cause ever since I was young, like I've always told myself that I'm gonna be rich. Don't know how, but I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be that rich auntie. Are you gonna fly first class? I don't think so. I talked to my girlfriend. We agreed that it'd be better if we spend that money on like excursions or like actual things, not just a plain seat. I definitely gotta stay humble. Hey, yo, that's crazy. Currently in Cali, 6:52. Yeah. So if I go to that West Coast, I want to go to Las Vegas, not to gamble, but I want to go to the fake grocery store they got. I think it's called like Omart. Does your girlfriend trade too? She does. She got a payout last year, and then she works a real job, so it's like it's hard for her to actually trade consistently. She's trying to get into like trading Asian session, And I am too, because, I want to help her, but it's like every time I trade agent session, like, it doesn't click with me. Don't know why. But I'm working on it. You should pay the taxes as you get your payouts. Yeah. I thought about like doing quarterly taxes. So it'd be like what you call that? Yeah, quarterly tax. You pay the taxes every quarter. And like that'd be better so you don't have to pay just a big check at the end of the year. You know. Thought about that. Damn, this market is going crazy. I don't know, like it's not perfect, but if you catch in a move, you catch in a move. It's really good volume today. Yeah, the opening range on US 30 is huge. It's almost 400 points. That's crazy. I mean, I'm not going to trade anymore, but I do want to see where the market goes. Want to see if it actually breaks the highs. And then next Monday, I'll be paying attention to how the daily candle closed. I think today's daily candle will give us like a huge hint to whether we're going to get out of this huge range that we've been in or if we're just going to go back up from here. If we do go back up from here, I think all-time highs could be like, pretty a pretty good target. It would just suck. I hate trading Nasdaq and US 30 at all-time highs. I don't know. I don't like it. Do you think instant funding accounts are better? This is my second account blown now just before a payout. I think instant funding accounts are good for traders that have gotten payouts already and like traders who would take the account serious, because there is some people that choose instant funding because they want the money quicker, and when you want the money quicker, you're gonna force trades that you really shouldn't. Like you'll rush the process. Another mistake I see people do with funded accounts are they don't go with the consistency rule. They'll get like a huge payout and then they'll be upset at the consistency rule when all you had to do was just not have a crazy winning day and just be consistent. But I think funded accounts are good. Obviously, the return on investment is not as good as like, actual accounts. But I think for certain people, like, they're good. I mean, I would trade funded accounts again. It's just, there's a couple things, It's more expensive. Your return on investment is going to be less because it's more expensive and the payout is capped. But then again, you don't have to worry about the eval. So, again, it depends on you as a trader. Do you trade as a business? Yes. Yeah, I have an LLC. Thankfully, this 40K payout went for the business. Like, it wasn't my, social security. It was the business EIN, employment, I don't know, the business number. So it was taxed for the business, which is really good. Because I think last year, most of my payouts were like for me, not the business. But I think there's a way to change it, so we'll see. Yeah, the ID number. Is it always this choppy during the winter months? I trade, break, and retest. And honestly, I haven't been finding any good setups. Did you find any good setups last month? Identification of, yeah, that's exactly what it's called. I think it's just been a hard week. But if you have been struggling, let's just say like last month, then I don't know, something's up. Because I think last month there was like really, really good price action. I mean, even the beginning of this week was good as well. Or sorry, the beginning of this month. Well, this week has been tough. It's been not like is not the perfect price action, which happens, but it is hard to deal with. But the way you get over it is just you got to keep going. You got to if you made mistakes, like you have to go back and see what you did wrong, or you have to back test the strategy. Did the strategy mess up, or like did you mess up, type of thing? Or is the market not in your favor? That's also another thing. I think for a lot of breakout traders, this week has not been in your favor because there's been a lot of fake outs. Anytime I force a trade, it never ends well. Don't force a trade. Have at least like a checklist, or yeah, like a checklist of what you need to see in order to get into a trade. It's not going to work every time, but if you do that consistently, you'll have more consistent results because you're getting in and out of the market consistently. You're looking for trades in a consistent way. I'm on a new account now with Lucid. Thankfully, there is a subscription fee, so I can take time without forcing trades. Yeah, that's good. I thought about trading with Lucid as well, but I haven't looked at all of their rules, so I don't know. Well, I was looking at their straight to funded rules because I was thinking about uh getting some straight to funded accounts. And what I did like about their straight to funded account was that when you get over the drawdown amount, it stays at that thing. It's not like end of day trailing. It'll stay at the not at the bottom, but it'll stay at 0, which is good because you can grow your drawdown. It won't stay at just 2K. Am I a vet? Vet, no. My parents are. How do you back test? Do you paper trade? I paper trade a lot. Paper trade a lot. When I paper trade, it's like during agent session where you have that itch to trade. Let's log into my paper account. I mean, you can see I paper trade a lot. Yeah. It's on a daily. Let's go to a 4 hour. I feel like I've paper traded way more than this. Oh, you know what? I think it reset because I had to reset the account balance. I blew the last paper account, but it makes sense. I mean, I'm just full porting. When I paper trade, it's like when I really want to trade and I know I shouldn't be because it's not like part of my system, but it's just like an itch you got to itch. So I do. It's like sometimes you want to feel something from the markets. But you shouldn't do that with your fundeds or your live account. You should do it with paper trading because you'll probably regret it. So I do paper trade a lot. Not every day, but again, when I have that itch to trade, I do. And then for back testing, I mean, I just back test the hour that I actually trade. I don't back test a time where I won't usually trade. And I also don't back test, every single week. I only really back test when I'm losing. So this week I lost a lot. So I was back testing like crazy, which is not good. So like I drive myself crazy with it. Or like when I've had a losing week, I know for a fact over the weekend, like I'll be on the charts back testing. And I won't back test like a random time. I'll back test the week that I lost. So tomorrow, or maybe even later today, I'll back test these 3 days that I lost. I want to see if I lost because of me or if I lost because of the markets, or what could I have done to maybe not lose, those days. How could have I avoided it? How many evals did it take before you got consistent? Man, too many. Too many. I lost count. I've definitely lost a lot. But I mean, it's been worth it. I just told myself like every loss that I was taking, it was getting me closer to the win. Or every loss that I took had a lesson. And it does. Every account that you blow, like I promise you, has a huge lesson inside of it. How long have I been trading? Like 3 to 4 years. But 2 of those years, I would say consistent. Like showing up every day. How long did it take before you got your first payout? Like a full year of consistently losing. Maybe a couple months. Maybe I'm exaggerating. But yeah, it took a while. I heard no buffer when you get funded. Not sure what that means. I'm pretty sure for most accounts you need a buffer to get a payout. Not all, but most of them, yeah. Especially straight to funded accounts. So if Apex can start paying through Rise, much of the profits could be transferred to cold wallets and USDT so we can save on taxes. You're right, that's sneaky. Sneaky. But doesn't no, I don't think that would work because at the end of the year you get like a tax paper with your social on it or with your company on it. Even if it's through Wise because they do the KYC so they know who you are. TradingView backtest sucks. FX replay is the best. I mean, I think the TradingView backtest is perfect. You get all your tools that you need. You could collect your stats, and it's just like an all-in-one platform. So it's good. You gave me hope. I've been on this journey since November 2024. Still no payout. Just try to take it slow. Try to look back, see what you've been doing wrong, and blame everything on yourself. It sucks to say, but it's the truth. A lot of our trading mistakes are on us, not on, someone else. It should be on us. I'll say like if you've blown many accounts, you just have to look back, see what you did wrong. You're most likely rushing the accounts too. You got to slow down, which I know is hard, but that's the discipline that people talk about with trading. Nobody wants to take their accounts slow. At least not most people. But I promise you, if you take it slow, you'll trade better. If you trade better, you'll get a payout. You just have to take it slow. Another thing is like if you are the trader that have tried to do things fast and you haven't seen too many results, just think about that. Damn, I've been doing things way too fast and it's not working out. I gotta change. I gotta change this. Damn, look at NASDAQ chopping up at VWAP. And I mean, it's only 10. It definitely still has time to break out of here. Well, I think it will. I think that's the pattern of this week is it'll be a slow open, chop everyone up, and then it'll make its move. That's what has been happening this week. We'll see if it happens again next week. What type of news do we have next week? Let's see. I'm in that place where I trade emotions, have had some payouts, but this day nothing, just blowing them. If you trade with emotions, if you trade how you feel, it's not gonna work. Cause we're humans, our emotions are up and down. They're not consistent. That's why I'm telling you guys, you need a specific setup to trade every day. You need a specific way to trade every single day. It's not going to work every single day. It's not going to be perfect. Some days the strategy will work, but you will mess up. Some days the strategy won't work. Some days the strategy works, but the market is not in your favor. Like, it's just have a system that you trust in and just slowly keep doing it every day. Okay, Friday the 13th. Damn. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for later. I'm gonna get some chicken wings. I already know what I'm eating for dinner. We're gonna go to this spot. It's in the city. It's not in the city, but it's in a nice part of town. And they have the best chicken wings. And that's what's for dinner. Do you have a video on your channel describing your setup? Oh, yeah. Every trade recap is basically the same because I trade the same setups. And then I recently posted one that goes over the 4 setups that I trade. Which is just supply and demand. And again, it's not perfect, but I did it consistently so many times that I've been able to get results. Can you see? Let me see if you can see. Oh, you can. I have a little dot on my forehead. I'm glad you guys can't really see it. Let me cover it up. Okay. You're gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Lonnie, go long on NQ. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to go long, but I don't know if it looks long just yet. I mean, it did close above the opening range. Technically, this would be an orb setup, but I don't know. I don't like it. If I was an orb trader, I would not take it. This price action is not good. I will say, though, I would take longs if it closes above 842. If it does that, I think it would be a good long. But honestly, it was a good long down here, which was perfect. We tapped this 90-minute zone. As soon as we tap into it, we start rejecting it. Usually I would have gone long here at the break of this wick here. And I know I would have had 25-point stop and then a 1-2. That would have been perfect trade. This trade would have hit quickly. And then this trade was also going to be just you betting that the market's going to go back into the range. Which I think the only way I probably would have thought that is just by looking at how the market opened up. I mean, it opened up pretty weak and it opened up at VWAP. Usually when that happens, it's not a good sign for breakouts. What do you think about trades by Psy? Like honestly, I hope his trades are real, but it's just like he trades forex, you know? It's I don't know, it's harder to trade people that trade with forex. It's hard to trust those people, especially if they live in the US, you know. I don't know. Someone said, "Are you a boy or girl?" I mean, I'm a girl. Every day, I get that question. But like Trades by Sai, like he's cool. I like his YouTube channel. I do watch him sometimes. I love his strategy. Like it's very simple, very repeatable. It's cool. But like, he advertises an unregulated broker with Forex. That's not good. And then he trades Forex, so it's harder to verify that his trades are real, you know? But like I said, like I really do hope it's real cuz it's actually inspiring. I mean, he makes big trades and he calls them out. That's the thing. He knows how to trade. Just wanted to say hi before I went to work. Remember, I stopped by your chat the other day. Yes, I remember. What's up? She's young and May. Yo, that's funny. People caught him lying already? Really? Dang, he got caught up already? So because he's made 5 mil, that means he's cap? I mean, I don't think so. Like I said, I do hope it's real. Because I know for a fact he's actually a trader. I mean, he's called out good trades on gold. He's posted on Twitter. He called out the, not the short, but he called out Bitcoin. He said, months before it happens, he said, I think Bitcoin will go down to like, I think he said like 72,000 or 68,000. And we're down here right now. It's like, I know for a fact he knows how to trade. He knows what he's saying. It's just, are his trades actually real? I don't know. Do you trade 15-minute or 5-minute chart? I mostly trade the 5-minute and 1-minute, which I know is bad sometimes, but the good thing about me is like when I trade on the 1-minute time frame, I'm looking at trades right at open. So they happen very quickly. Like I know some people say, "Oh, don't stay on the 1-minute chart because like you'll get lost," which I understand, but you'll only get lost if like you don't have a specific strategy. For me though, I have a very specific way of entering into trades, which allows me to get really good trades on the 1-minute time frame, and I don't really get too lost on the time frame either. And for the 15-minute time frame, the 15-minute time frame's good to understand where the market is doing. What is it doing? If you look at the market right now on Nasdaq and US 30 on the 15-minute time frame, you can see there is huge wicks with small bodies, and that's usually bad. That's usually bad price action. Your mama 396 said hi. All right. Well, let me journal this really quick and I'll call it a day. Oh, that's a really good question. Yo, what did you consider Alex G, FX Alex G, a good trader or a great marketer? Yo, that is so funny because my dad watches car videos and a video popped up of FX Alex G and his Bugatti and the car he's trying to fix. And I was talking to him about Alex G, and I was like, yeah, like, he got money, da da da, but he's a really good marketer. He does crazy things that are just meant to market his product, or what he's currently selling. I think he's a good trader. Obviously, he has a repeatable system. He calls out trades on his Instagram. The only thing is, like with forex, it's harder to verify if those forex profits are real. Again, because it's forex. But I think he's a really, really good marketer. I can't lie. Like his football streaks, his Super Bowl streaks, those are insane. I mean, that is crazy marketing on another level. And then another great marketing is like when he got his new BMW car and he was writing on the hood. Top tier marketing. I mean, it's good marketing because it catches people's eyes and it's very controversial. Why would you buy a new car and scratch the hood? Good marketing. And then also like when he buys supercars. I mean, that's great marketing. But yeah. I mean, another thing about Alex G is, yeah, he promotes unregulated brokers, which, like, I was gonna say there's nothing wrong with, but it's wrong. An unregulated broker could, like, really mess you up really bad, and they could get away with a lot. Alright, I'm gonna journal this really quick and then I'll call it a day. That's so funny that you mentioned Alex G, though. I was just talking about him to my dad. That's funny. That's how you know he's a good marketer. People that don't even trade know about him. That's how you know. His marketing's top tier. Okay, that's a 1 minute and 5 minute screenshot. So, usually I take short because a 1 minute candle closed below the 50% line. In today's case, I didn't wait for a 1 minute candle to close below that line. Instead, what I did was I saw it pushing like crazy. And recently, I've been missing out on a bunch of moves because I don't like, I wait for the close and like it just like I miss out on it. So I'm not gonna miss out on this one. I got in as soon as I saw it have a nasty push down. Another reason I was short was because when we tapped into this area here, this is a 1 minute time frame. It happened really quick, but we came back to retest VWAP and it failed to get back above it. And I was like, okay, that's very bearish. Bearish candle. I think if the market wanted to bounce off of this area, it would have had a way stronger candle close. Let me make this bigger. Yeah, it would have had a way stronger candle close. Green. But no, it closed out with a nasty wick rejecting VWAP. So that was also another confluence to me taking the shorts pretty quick and not really waiting for a confirmation. But yeah. I almost got stopped out as well. If my stop loss was exactly 50 points, I would have gotten stopped out. Most likely. But I decided to just have it a bit more wider. up at this wick right here, and that was good enough. So took shorts, US 30. Took shorts on US 30 after the market got below a 50% line of a 45-minute zone. Didn't wait for confirmation. Instead, I can't even explain it. Instead, I saw, damn, how do I even explain this? I saw the market rejecting VWAP, making the 1 minute candles close out bearish. Another trade that I missed out on US 30. Another trade I missed out was right at market open. Right at 9:30, we tapped this 15-minute supply zone, which we rejected before right here and over here. So the only way I could have caught this short up here was if I placed the order. But I know I wouldn't have done that. So it's fine that I missed out on it. But it was still a really good trade. Yeah, even on the 5-minute time frame, we broke structure right here. That could have been a good trade. I do want to see if that would have played out with a 50-point stop. Let's see. Okay. No, that would not have worked out. Yeah, I would have gotten stopped out on this wick here. Good thing I didn't take it. The only way I would have caught this, again, if I placed the order around this area here and had like a really tight stop loss, which would have been perfect. And I could have just targeted, boom, the next area of interest, which was the bottom of this range and a 45-minute zone. There was a bunch of really good opportunities, and notice how those opportunities happened mostly within the first 15 minutes. That's why I don't trade the opening range anymore. I try to catch the move as soon as the market opens up because I like to get in and out. Same thing with NASDAQ. Kind of. It had a weird opening, but yeah, before that 15-minute candle close, it had a nasty move up. And that was it right there. Had a nasty move up, and then it did bullshit. It started moving sideways. So it's like, if you didn't catch these moves that happened early on, most likely got chopped up. Most likely. Unless you got a really good entry. And you got in and out. Yeah, I mean, even though it's a good day for me, I still think it's been a tough day on the markets. I mean, it's moving sideways right now. Tough day still. Hanko X is unregulated and tons of traders promote them. I know. That's why I made a video on Hanko X, because I was like, a lot of people are promoting them for the wrong reason. And the only reason I made that Hanko X video is because they actually contacted me to promote them. But I just know that, like, not all money is good money. I knew that if I was promoting Hanko, a lot of people would have lost money because their platform is unregulated. And then I posted that video talking about Hanko X, and I had this, I would say he's really popular. I mean, he's on a come up. He texted me on Instagram. He was like, "Yo, like you're doing the right thing because I used to promote them and it was just a bunch of shit that the platform like messed up on. So now I don't promote them anymore." When he told me that, I just knew like I had to post a video. What's your plan for this Friday? I mean, I'm gonna try to be productive. I do want to do a YouTube video today since I actually got the payout. I'm gonna explain exactly how I got the 40K payout. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't throwing shade when I did the Hanko X video, but it just happens to be that a lot of traders promote them. So people thought I was, but I wasn't. I'm just letting people know, like, be careful with Hanko X. It's not that good. Oh my gosh, it's actually breaking out. Like I said, we had this candle close above 842, and it's on its come up right now. Now it's moving. What time is it? 10:30. 10:30. Something. It might be one of those days where it's just choppy open and then crazy move after that. That's what it kind of looks like. My bad if I came across as shady. No. No, you're right. A lot of people do promote them. All right, well, that was it for me, guys. I hope you guys had a really good trading day. I know the market has been tough this week, so hopefully next week is better. If you had a rough week, like just take a break from the markets, do some back testing, like don't go crazy with it. Don't drive yourself crazy. Cuz it's definitely been a tough market this week. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, don't be on the charts all day. You're trading for freedom, not just money.